Welcome back to more Gymnasium. Apologies for the technical difficulties. It's Bethune-Cookman 1, Southern 0, 6:35 to go. Southern with the offensive rebound. Here's a three, rattles down, and Southern is on the board. Cunningham hits the three-point shot, the junior out of Salina, Kansas.
Alexandra taking it down all the way down. Half court. One thing I can honestly say is the Wildcats have been out-rebounding Southern this entire time. Really love how they've been keeping them down to a level, making them play their game.
A couple of empty possessions on offense as we're going to get a jump ball here as Kaylin Peters drove the lane. Southern going to get the ball off the possession arrow. So already you see the Wildcats making a couple of changes. Madison Holden in, Maya Johnson in, as they're going to try and maximize all 10 of the players they have available tonight.
Absolutely.
And now we'll see the Cats run some full court pressure here.
This also will give the chance the Wildcats to have some fresh legs to come in and out as they please when it comes to going against the Jags. They're definitely going to outrun them as well, too.
Top of the key, Edwards. Cycles around to the corner. Here's Reed. Reed guarded by Tyler. That could be a bit of a mismatch. Reed decides to fire the three, and she makes it. 2 straight threes.
We don't want to make sure that the Jaguars are able to find that fire under them, because one of the biggest things right now is keeping them playing our Wildcat game.
Southern only 28% on the season from three. That is third best in the conference. Tyler driving, awkward layup from far down the baseline, no good.
It kind of seems as if right now the defense that the Jags are running against the Wildcats as well is pushing them onto one player. As soon as that ball gets, they follow the ball, they don't follow the player.
Wildcats get a turnover as Zylese Harrison gets stripped to the ball. Wide open right wing three, boom!
Kaylin Peters was my player of the game last game against FAMU, and I really, really want to see her follow Dorsey's step as a great point guard that the Wildcats has been able to have. And that two combo right there, Mike, is something different that we haven't seen in a minute.
Peters only had 1 bucket, but did get the steal and the assist on the Dorsey game winner.
Right. But she was there all over the floor when it comes to defense, assist.
Another turnover.
Steals.
Kaylin Peters with the steal, runs the floor, goes straight
and
in.
One.
Gets the and one opportunity.
The Wildcats came in with a chip on their shoulder going against one of the biggest teams in the SWAC right now, the defending SWAC champs, actually. So for them to be able to keep this at a tie game, I want them to keep this momentum moving forward into the second half, third quarter, fourth quarter, end of the game, Mike.
Wildcats tie game at 6 and a chance to take the lead off of an and one opportunity after the first media timeout. Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs, hosted by voice of the Wildcats, Michael Trevillo, and featuring the expertise of Bethune-Cookman's sports information staff. Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in to 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. New episode out tomorrow. You can catch it before on Saturday morning. You can catch it before the basketball doubleheader on Saturday.
Let me tell you, Mike, I'm really excited. I'm really happy, can I say, about where this game is going. We know that the Wildcats are a huge defense team, and if they can cut the Jaguars down into running their game, we might be able to have us a close call game just like we did with FAMU. And, you know, we have to run the right plays. We already know that the Jaguars are running a press against us out the gate every single time. It's only right if we respond to them as well, too.
Zaria Hurston averages 5.1 rebounds per game. She has 5 boards in the first 5 minutes of this contest. So Kaylin Peters is going to go to the line for an and one opportunity. Trying to make it 7-6 Wildcats. The 6 Southern points from 2 threes. One made by Cunningham, one made by Reed. And this is a Southern team, as the extra point is made, that doesn't really stand out offensively in any one particular category. They're just very solid across the board. Like the Wildcats, they don't have any singular player averaging over 10 points a game, but they share the ball incredibly well, and they play lockdown defense.
Let's go!
As the Wildcats are right now, as they almost force another steal.
I got excited there. Forgot I was on the air instead of being a fan, but that's what we're looking for. We talked about this early, and one of the keys to the game is to make Southern uncomfortable, force turnovers, and that's exactly what the Wildcats have been doing.
Jocelyn Tate and Olivia Delancey check in for the Jags as they'll trap near half court, deflect the ball in the backcourt. Cunningham goes around, switched on to by Johnson. Here's Tate, walled off by Holden. Interesting to see the center Johnson guarding out on the perimeter and doing a great job as she forces a shot clock violation.
Mike, I'm really happy to see. I think that was a really great thing for Coach Creighton to push her center on the outside because they're also really efficient on their three-pointers. If we talk about their three-pointers against us, they're number 3 again, in the SWAC with their percentage. So that's really smart to have one of their tallest players do that. That was
and the
smart.
full court press works for the first time for Southern, getting a turnover as Madison Holden I don't think she touched the ball at all before it went out. So an extra possession for Southern after the shot clock violation. 7-6 Cats and a low scoring first quarter here.
Defense is working.
Mid-range jumper off the heel. Battle for the rebound, won by the Wildcats.
You know, for Southern to have such big bodies on their team and the Wildcats are out rebounding them.
Coach calls for a horn set. Here it comes. Holden goes left. Back to the top. Johnson open for 3. Didn't take it.
I wish she would take it.
She'll run the little weave action on the sideline and then deflects the ball in the backcourt. That's going to be another Wildcat turnover.
I think we didn't get a chance to really sit down and look at where we're at, set up a play. You know, yes, we're doing amazing on defense, but we also have to show up for the offense as well, too. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, we're doing a really great job. I just want us to stay, you know, coordinated and efficient as well. You know, Coach Creighton keeping her team players, since we're down to a 10-player team, keeping the legs fresh and making sure everybody stays hyped and understanding where we're at in the plays.
Zylese Harrison back in the game. She'll control the ball, drive all the way into the free throw line, and travels with the basketball.
Great defense of the Wildcats.
So Zylese Harrison been kind of thrown in. Anijah Hall, the 6'5" senior transfer from Alabama State, not playing tonight for Southern, at least not yet. So Harrison, who has had limited playing time over her entire college career, has been thrown in tonight.
Absolutely. One great way to make sure that we're moving the ball in the press. Take it all the way.
Oh, Holden left the ball behind as it's turnover for turnover right now. In transition, bucket at the rim, no good for Tate. She gets a putback and will go to the line. As Damani Dorsey draws her first foul.
Dorsey over here coaching her teammates a little bit to see where exactly, you know, how to break the press and stuff. And exactly what I was about to say, I'm hoping that's what she was saying, is do not stop when the ball is being passed to you on the half court. When the ball is moving, continue to move forward, you know, past the half court line so we can ensure we have the full 30.
First free throw good for Southern. This is Justiny Dixon at the line, the junior from Foley, Alabama, transfer from Iwatamba Community College. Led the Indians in scoring last year, and they made the NCJAA National Tournament. 2 of 2 at the line as Porter comes in to replace Harrison as Southern takes the lead back 8-7. Once again, a low-scoring first quarter here at Moore Gym. Just 2:58 left in it.
A different type of inbound play that's being ran.
Kiara Gregory
Take her time, break through
tries to break through, lost the ball. Southern will grab it, and a good job of tying up by Kaylin Peters as the Wildcats have the possession arrow, but they only have 2 seconds to get the ball across, and they're all the way back in front of their own bench.
I think the best thing right now is just to launch it. If Amaya is able to juke out her opponent right now and then be able to, okay.
No, they're just, oh no, they got a clock reset.
Oh, beautiful.
So Damani Dorsey is gonna give the ball away. Illegal screen called on Maya Johnson.
That foot. Don't move too fast. Gotta plant that foot.
Now, not the prettiest basketball being played between these two teams here early.
No, not at all, but I'm happy that the score is not affecting that. You know, at the end of the day, the Wildcats are able to, you know, maintain and be poised. That's all I want to see the Wildcats is play poised.
5 turnovers for the Cats in the first quarter, 4 for Southern. Southern with a 1-point lead in the basketball. Here is Damani Lagway. Flips it across to Dixon.
A nice
in the corner, 3 on the way. Delancey off the mark. Long rebound grabbed by Gregory.
Nice 2-3 that was ran by the Wildcats, but we got to watch that baseline because I saw a couple of players run that right behind.
Dorsey back to Gregory. And the Wildcats will reset with 2:10 to go. My goodness. Sixth turnover of the first quarter as Gregory just dribbles that off her foot out of bounds.
You got to understand that Southern has the least turnovers in the SWAC. You know, we want to be able to make them uncomfortable. They cannot be the one to make us uncomfortable, especially at our own house.
Wildcats averaging 20 turnovers per game. And already 6 here in the first quarter. Southern around the perimeter, now a drive into the paint, back to Porter. And there's gonna be a bump on Johnson. That's her second foul.
Yeah. We cannot be in foul trouble this early in the game as well, too. But I love how she was so eager and adamant to be on this game as well, too. Saying on her opponent.
Again, with the short bench, the Wildcats with just 10 available players tonight. Gotta watch out for foul trouble. And a traveling violation off Damani Lagway. So Damani came off the corner off zoom action right there, picked up the ball and took an extra step. But even on this side out that the Wildcats are about to do here, as Damani Dorsey takes a seat for the first time today, the Jags still bring this harsh full court pressure.
It's that defense that they both have, but we also got to take advantage of our half court.
Holden, shoulder charge into Tate. And she'll get around Tate. Forced to the right wing side. And a foul's going to be called on Olivia Delancey for bowling over Sinai Tyler. And this is another way to attack an aggressive defense, right? Is force them into fouls, get your body in front, make them go through you. Of course, easier said by us up here than done by the players on the floor.
We can do anything up here at this point.
Holden almost commits the backcourt violation. She's got a lane, drives in a triple team, lost the ball, and Southern recovers.
That should have been a foul. I ain't gonna say too much about it though.
In transition, flowing to the basket and missing short is Tate. Offensive rebound.
That was a double.
Thought there should have been a traveling violation called there, but the Wildcats get away scot-free. Holden with a bit of a push in transition.
Now they call the foul.
And now they call the foul. A crazy sequence back and forth there.
That was 2 fouls that should have been called on Southern against Holden, because I'm not saying that she's too small or anything, but she's driving in and you have all 3 people at least on you. Somebody is hitting you. Somebody.
Southern only their 3rd foul of the first quarter. It looks like Sinai Tyler got popped in the mouth.
Oh, Lord. No, that's not fun.
She's going to have to be substituted out. Derasia Pitts comes in for Bethune-Cookman. Pitts, one of the 5 players on last Saturday that was perfect from the free throw line for B-CU.
Beautiful.
It's a makeshift lineup on the floor right now for the Wildcats. No Dorsey, no Gregory, no Peters.
Southern is pushing the Wildcats all the way to the top, exposing. Oh, let me see.
Wildcats trying to look into the paint, but Pitts got stripped. Here comes Jocelyn Tate, got fouled from behind by Pitts on the crackback.
Southern has been pushing the Wildcats offense up, exposing an entire post that's clear. You know, creating a wall in front of the court itself so that they're not able to drive in as much, which also in turn the turnover that's headed to the line at this point.
Jocelyn Tate, team leader in steals and blocks for Southern. 25 steals, 10 blocks to this point of the season, gets the first free throw to go. Wildcats 25% from the floor. Southern 15% from the floor here in the first quarter. It's the kind of game the Wildcats want to play, but they're down by 3 because of all the turnovers.
Absolutely, and since the Jaguars are able to see that, they're trying to add a little bit more pressure to dishevel them. You don't want to be too disheveled.
In the corner, here's Peters. Into a double team down
Nice
low,
pass.
finds Tyler. Back out Gregory. PR Gregory was the Wildcat of the week as well. 7 on the shot clock. Gregory still looking. They go into Pitts, who can't control it and throws the ball away. Shot clock off, a chance to take a two-score advantage, into the quarter break for Southern here.
Can I just say I'm really happy at where we're at with the scores, because this could have been easily a blowout game. But the Wildcats been able to maintain the Jaguars.
Jocelyn Tate
Nice.
Kicking it out. Screen and 3 and good. Third 3 of the first quarter for Southern. Destiny Dixon cashes it in, and it's 13-7 Jags at the end of the first. It was really scrappy for a while, but Southern starting to pull away as we hit the end of one here on the CatEye Network. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman Basketball on the CatEye Network. Conference play is here, and now is the time to secure your tickets to see Bethune-Cookman basketball in action all semester long. Season tickets start at just $80. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the More Madness. Visit the B-CU box office or go online to bcuathletics.com/tickets today. End of one, Southern 13, Bethune-Cookman 7. And my biggest takeaway from that first quarter, Sabrina, is Southern's half-court pressure defense is really denying B-CU good scoring looks. How do the Wildcats combat that?
Right, absolutely. Well, we have an inbound play. When we get back onto defense, I will be able to really show you guys what the issue is right now that's causing the Wildcats not being able to drive into the basket as much as they want to. But right now, we're on a great place in defense against the Jaguars. This 2-3 has been spot on. They've been moving it poetically. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons we've been able to hold them back at 13 points. Only down by 6, that's okay with me.
Here is Jocelyn Tate. Hit a big 3 right at the end of the first quarter to make it a 2-score game.
Absolutely. And it took them a minute for them to do that as well.
Into the short post. Layup no good. It's a car crash underneath the basket. Southern comes out of there with the ball and gets a reset.
Get right back into that defense and do the same thing again, because that shot clock is coming.
Down low to Porter.
There we go.
And she traveled with the basketball. That's the third traveling against Southern so far in the ball game.
Now we're back into this press. The best thing that they have to do is move with this ball. We have a tendency to pass the ball, stop and look. Don't stop. Go. As soon as we get the ball, see who's open. If not, pass the ball, move.
And there it is, and they find Holden open.
Now let's look at this wall. Oh,
Holden just drives in and takes a mid-range jumper.
I know that's right. I think one of the biggest things that right back into a press the Wildcats are in.
2-2-1 press for the Wildcats here.
I actually like that formation for them, honestly.
I don't think the press is to force turnovers. I think it's just to waste time off the clock a little bit for Southern.
Because they would have added a little bit more pressure if that was the case.
Wide open for a mid-range jumper is Hurston. She misses short. Putback, though, is good for Tate. Again, she leads this team in rebounding. A Southern team that's not great at rebounds, just averaging 33 per game. That's 10th in the SWAC.
Able to break that press. Nice pass to Sinai Tyler.
In the corner. Long two is good. No, it's a three. Foot was behind the line by Janessa Kelly.
That's my girl.
Didn't hit a shot last Saturday. That's her first SWAC bucket of the season.
She said she was coming for one.
Another travel.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody in the comments did say that BCU might get an upset this game against Southern, and that would be a sight to see, Mike. I don't know.
They're going to have to hit a lot more shots like that. Janessa Kelly is really the only three-point sniper we have available right now. Jordan Brooks is injured. I talked to her before the game. She is targeting Saturday as a return date for her. And then, of course, Alexandria Johnson, an indeterminate return date for her.
Yes, we also, Shamari Phillips, who's also been trying to come back as well, too. Really excited to see her. Nice pass.
Wide open again. Here's the other corner for Kelly. Just a little bit too strong.
I see that the Jaguars laid off of the wall that they've been doing, having against the Wildcats.
Nice drive, layup too strong by Cunningham. Put back good again. Second chance points for Southern. Wildcats go quickly with Holden getting by Reed on a blow-by. Now Southern will settle into their half-court set. Maybe now you can talk about what the defense that Southern is running.
They are doing it. That defense that they're having, I don't know what wall, but every single time they have that wall, somehow we lose the ball against the Jaguars. The best thing that I feel like that they're going to be able to break that wall is if we can have two of our Wildcats switch on the baseline, because there's nobody behind her. If we can have somebody subtly switch on baseline and possibly peek up, pop inside the post, go up for a layup, that would be amazing. Have of the 4-cross, one up top.
Wildcats use a full timeout here.
Yes.
To try and just, are we dead again?
Pop out a little bit more if we need a three, because she's also great at defense as well, too, when we get out. To change that to a three, because any other defense, I think Southern's going to be able to blow by past them in a way that they're not supposed to, but we're all good. Wildcats are holding on tight, down by 7. Just keep that same momentum, play a clean basketball game.
Wildcats with the ball after they called timeout. Southern holding them at arm's length. They've been down by 6 the entirety of this second quarter. Can't really claw closer. Now down by 7.
Okay, so now Jaguars are running at least a 2-3 with a monster. 1-4, if anything. Nice
the pick
pass.
and roll. Sinai Tyler couldn't finish, but she gets the rebound. And then got it ripped away by Demaya Porter, who's been everywhere in this first half.
I think they need to run that last play back, because that was a perfect way to break that 1-4 defense that they had.
Jumping into the paint and missing on the baseline is Hurston, but another offensive rebound, and then Porter throws it away. Damani Dorsey back on the floor. She'll take the free throw line jumper, miss it off to the left, and it's Southern ball out of bounds. Wildcats finding offense hard to come by, as we probably figured that they would here in this game.
The Wildcats are in a 2-2-1. I really don't, the 2-2-1 is nice, but I need them to.
Almost all of them on putbacks.
Because they were in that 2-2-2 and then I jump back into that 3. This is a great way for us to, go back and talk to our, I'm so sorry, just blanked out. Back to our keys to the game, where we have to really focus on maintaining our free throw percentage. Every point counts against the Jaguars right now. And if that means going to the line and shooting one, take that one.
Oh. So Dorsey will shoot 2. First one good. Dorsey, an 81% free throw shooter, not the best on the team. Madison Holden is the top free throw shooter in the conference at 86.2%, a jinxter, as she misses the second one. First Wildcat points in quite a while, and a long pass, and Hurston misses the bunny. And it's going to be, I think, a foul on Reed. No, they called the jump. And the Wildcats will have.
A foul.
Nope, they called the foul on Reed.
Yep.
So.
Good foul. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but that was a good foul.
One official had jump, one official had foul.
Yeah.
And they're going to go with
the foul.
The foul. But here comes the full court press again. The Wildcats have struggled to get through it. Dorsey. Got to be careful, get stripped from behind. Now into a double team, does get stripped.
There it is. I tell you, stopping at that half-point line whenever it comes to that free throw, to the press itself.
Porter misses a baseline jumper, and Kiara Gregory wants to push the pace.
Push it, and then drive at that. Don't stop.
She pops for a mid-range jumper, gets her own rebound. Into the corner. Kelly a three, short.
No rebounds. And they're still in that 1-4 position. I would really, really love to see somebody out there.
Nice little short jumper for Demaya Porter. 14 in the first half for Porter.
And it's that defense that's killing them right now.
Averaging 9.9 a game to lead the team, way over that already. As it's 23-13, Southern with their largest lead of the game at 10 points.
There's that baseline. Thank you, Janessa. Beautiful.
Hitz picks up the dribble, hands back to Gregory. Gregory ices the screen.
Kaylin should have moved.
5 seconds to shoot.
Nice.
Kick back. Here's a long two, and it's good. Right at the end of the shot clock for Kaylin Peters. And it's 23-15, but every shot the Wildcats are making is not comfortable. They're not getting easy shots.
Nope, not at all.
4 minutes to go first half here. Open look for Deshante Edwards, short. But another offensive rebound for Southern. Live stats aren't working for us right now, so we'll get you that full statistical breakdown at halftime. They look to dump it into Edwards, and she got a two-hand shove in the back from Kaylin Peters. Olivia Delancey will check in for Southern for the first time. One of the many changes to this roster. Delancey, the transfer from Florida A&M, where she played last year. Up on top, here's Jocelyn Tate, and hands it back to Michaela Cunningham, the transfer from Lindenwood in the OVC. Cunningham gets a screen by Delancey, goes around it and finishes with a nice floater just inside the free throw line.
You also need to be able to pinch on defense as well, too. If we got to come up with if we have to come up with one, I think that'll be a best way as well, because they look like, well, it looks like that's wide open. They're going to take that free throw shot.
Gregory trying to get around the defense of Tate. Down low. Tyler, nice. No good on the layup, but that's the kind of look that you want.
Exactly.
A one-on-one matchup at the post. Delancey heat check three. And only a Southern player there for the rebound. Got lucky as it goes out of bounds off of Southern for a Wildcat ball. Nobody on the Wildcats knew that they had the ball.
No, nobody at all. Back into the press again. Let's see if we found some way to, okay, great. Sanaya's all the way in the back. So we need somebody to inbound the ball, but also meet us at the logo so that we can break that. But they look like they're running the man, so she just needs to drive all the way through.
3 to get it across, and Gregory does. Wildcats down by 10 after this second quarter has been mostly Southern dominated. That was a wild shot by Dorsey as she tried to create her own space. Only one pass on the possession there.
We need at least 3 passes for us to ensure that a play is being ran. Great defense by Damani and Alexandria as well, too.
Michaela Cunningham to Tate. Tate asks for the screen. It goes to the corner for Dixon. Back on top, Cunningham. 7 to shoot. Cunningham forced to the corner, almost lost the basketball. Here's a 3 from Hurston. Too strong at the end of the shot clock, and the Wildcats, good defense on that possession. We're behind the back dribble from Peters to work into the front court. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Can the Wildcats find something on offense? They go to the high post for Tyler.
No switch on the baseline. 3.
Here's a catch and shoot 3, misses everything for Janessa Kelly. She's 1 for 3 since coming on at the start of the second quarter. But a chance to really land a hammer blow at the end of the first half for Southern. Already up by 10. Down low, Delancey misses it. Another offensive rebound. Hurston, put back, no. Tonight, Tyler grabs the rebound. Gregory across to Peters. 1:20 to go first half. Peters on an ISO play into a double team. Lots of contact, no foul, and then running the floor the other way for an easy bucket is Justiny Dixon. Really nice pass by Cunningham.
And this is the part of the game where we need to make sure that we're not giving Southern that fire to go into the second half. You know, so going into the second half, it's all about momentum. Right now, we have 54 seconds left, and the Wildcats need to find
back to
what
the
works.
top, open for three, Peters, got it!
Works. It works.
Second three of the game for Taylor Peters. 9-point game, 40 seconds left to go first half. One possession left for each team.
Timeout can be made. Everybody needs to make smart decisions. We're down by 5.
Into the short corner. A foul on a jump shot by Jocelyn Tate. She'll go to the line. Kaylin Peters. welcome back to Moore Gymnasium. It is halftime here between the Southern Jaguars and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. It is Southern 29, Bethune-Cookman 18. Use the make. Teams are back out, warming up for the second half. In just a moment, we'll hear from head coach Creighton Del Rosario as she is courtside with Sabrina Petit-Home. Some stats from the first half for Southern. 8 points for Porter, 3 for Reed, 5 for Cunningham, 4 for Tate, and 9 for Jestany Dixon. And now we head down to the floor as as Sabrina is joined by Coach Creighton.
All right, Coach, rebounding has been a big factor. How do we make sure we can continue to fight and win that battle going into the second half?
Yeah, rebounding, we just talked about that a lot in the locker room right now. We got to put a body on somebody. We can't just jump and tip the ball around. We got to be able to use that part of their game as our physicality right now. I think if we can do that, we'll turn this game around really easily.
Absolutely. Where do you feel like we need to be sharper on defense at?
I think rebounding, honestly. We got to move. We got to have deflections, moving our hands, being active in our zone right now. But at the end of the day, we're getting them to shoot the shots we want. We're just not getting the rebounds afterwards, so we got to clean that up.
Absolutely. Offensively, we've made some moves, but we also had some few missed opportunities. What can we do, or what changes that are being made going into the second half so we can ensure that we're getting better on that part?
Yeah, we just want to be aggressive, right? They are aggressive defensively, but the best way to attack that is to be able to be aggressive ourselves. Look at the rim, attack their aggression as well, be a little bit patient and share the ball a little bit more, and I think we'll be fine.
Thank you so much, Coach. Great game.
Thank you, Sabrina. For Bethune-Cookman scoring in the first half, it was all about Kaylin Peters. She has a game-high 11 points. 3 for Janessa Kelly on 1 of 3 shooting the 3 ball. 2 for Madison Holden, 1 each for Sinai Tyler and Damani Dorsey. The big stat that you need to know at the end of this first half, and they talked about rebounding in the coach's interview, 13 offensive rebounds for Southern and second chance points big for SU as well. Total rebounds 25-17 in favor of the Jaguars. And as we get set to start the second half, we're going to have our first ever edition of Sabrina.
Right now, we're going to be going through the press run super quick. We're going to talk about how we are continuously getting trapped on the inbounds and what I feel like will be able to work for the Wildcats. Alrighty. So right here, O's is obviously our offensive, and we have our X's, which is defense. We always get trapped over on this area down here. So if we have defense that is able to block us over here, this ball needs to automatically go to the middle of the logo. As soon as that ball goes to the logo, this team has to be able to meet it there to be able to pass it to the other teammate down on offense and be able to go down for a layup. If we're able to do that in a fast and timely manner, we're able to break that press, and that might be able to work out for the Wildcats.
Thank you, Sabrina. I'm sure we'll get the whiteboard back again throughout the season as you talk about all the statistical and strategic concepts that we talk about on air.
Really excited to see more of that.
We like to try and be a thinking about basketball broadcast here. Start of the second half. Bethune-Cookman in the all gold goes right to left. Southern in the blue defends. The Wildcats will keep the ball. And I was talking while you were getting the interview set up about the stats for the first half. Yeah. It was the first half of Kaylin Peters. She has a game-high 11 points. But Damani Dorsey, the hero from Saturday night, just won off a free throw.
Really excited to see her playing style. We didn't see a lot of her in the beginning of their preseason. So to see her and see what type of player that she is growing into really makes me happy.
Peters skip past to Dorsey. Here's Sinai Tyler on the low block. 1 on the shot clock, and that's going to be a shot clock violation as Kiara Gregory had to heave it from half courts. Again, not a great start on offense for Bethune-Cookman. They never work the ball down into the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the keys to the game that I really ask for the Wildcats to do is to drive. I want them to drive more because if they drive more, they're able to draw these fouls that'll be able to work for them to stay level and at a pace against the Jacks. And it was working in the beginning of the first half, but I'm not seeing too much of it going into the third quarter.
11-point lead for Southern, but they turned the ball over for the first time in this second half. That is one thing the Wildcats did do well. They forced 8 Southern turnovers.
And that one's checked off of the keys to the game because we wanted to make Southern uncomfortable, but they were able to catch on what we were doing to lock in so that we were able, less turnovers and make those mistakes less clear. Okay.
Here comes that press.
Nobody to the logo, and Kaylin was right there to be able to break it, but at least they're still moving down, so they're not keeping it. But we don't want to waste enough time. I feel like if we're passing it back and forth, that's too much time that's being wasted off of it.
Deshante Edwards does pick up a quick foul as the Wildcats cross half court. Edwards picks up her second right there. And even simple inbounds like that, Sabrina, are being pressured really heavily by Southern.
I mean, I think they really got to see what the Wildcats are made of once they play as a team. When that Bluetooth is connected, the Wildcats can be unstoppable, honestly. But we have to really lock in. Sometimes we get in our head a little too much.
Steal and score for Jalea Reed. That was once again Maya Johnson out on the perimeter.
We need help.
This time she sets the screen for Gregory. Sinai Tyler driving and finishing.
You see what happens when you drive in, Mike? That's all I ask for. That's all I ask is for people to drive in because we'll be able to get that foul, if not a point. Nice.
Wildcats come with the trap. Southern works through it. Edwards back to Cunningham. 5 points for Cunningham in the first half. Top of the key for Hurston. Didn't score in that first half, Hurston. Guess who did score a lot in the first half? Demaya Porter, but she misses on the mid-range jump shot.
Great defense by the Wildcats. Maya had to take matters into her own hands.
And now she's trapped along the sideline, and it's tapped out of bounds by Hurston.
Now, let's be very clear. If you're going to take that ball down, never, ever, ever drive to that sideline, because when you're driving to that sideline, you don't just only have 2 defenders, you have 3. You have that sideline and those 2 other players from the opposing team. Drive down to the middle and look for your opponents, even if you're one of the bigs.
I think that's the first time, maybe in her career, that Maya Johnson has dribbled into a full court
She
press
did
like
great.
that.
She did great. Let's be very clear.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Jalea Reed, 2 straight stripping scores.
They're on fire now. They're warmed up. We got to be able to cool them down, play our own game. That's one thing that the Wildcats did so great in the first half that I had to commend them with, is they were able to force Southern to play their own game. Let's do the same thing again.
Reed, not one of the big steal threats on this Southern squad, as Gregory takes a long 3, too strong.
Nobody down to rebound, and that's where we're messing up at as
Only
well,
7 rebounds, or 7 steals, excuse me, for Reed. Coming into tonight's game, she just got 2 easy ones right there and has 4 quick points because of it.
Running that clock down, the Wildcats are able to hold them at a pace.
Pass to the corner, driving by Johnson. And a nice pass for an easy layup to Porter.
And even if the Wildcats make it tough for Southern, we have to be able to make it easier on us. Drive down to the middle. Stop. There it goes.
Yeah, forced a quick timeout for Bethune-Cookman because they couldn't get away from that trap right on the baseline. That'll be the floating media here in the third quarter. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on all the newest B-CU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest, featuring all new items by the B-CU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to BCUathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's BCUathletics.com and click on shop. Well, it's looking like it's going to be another banner year for Coach Carlos Funchess and the Southern Jaguars. Already 4 non-conference wins, 2 of those against power opposition. They had one of the best weeks maybe in program history when they toppled both Arizona and Houston in the first week of December.
that was a game to watch. I was there. I was really rooting for them at that point. You know, it's the swag. You know, we're always going to root for swag.
They beat Arizona 63-57, and then on the road at Houston, wire to wire the Cougars. Didn't let the Cougars lead at all. But Carlos Funchess has led the Southern Jaguars to 3 championships under his tenure, 2019, 2023, and 2025. 2025 SWAC Coach of the Year. But has been at Southern for a long time, 14 years as assistant under legendary head coach Sandy Pugh. And played in the NBA for the Miami Heat after finishing his college career at ULM in the ULM Sports Hall of Fame, Carlos Funchess, and now leading the Southern Jaguars as they have a 35-20 lead over the Bethune-Cookman
right
Wildcats.
There, perfect. Amaya right at the, oh, we got to
And they read it well as Maya got stripped by Porter.
We have to have option 1, option 2. If one play does not work out, we have to make sure we have others set in place. Jump right back into that 3-2 and give that amazing defensive play that they've been doing.
Over the head pass finds Jocelyn Tate, the sophomore from Little Rock. This is on the shot, but another offensive rebound for Southern, their 13th of the contest.
Doing well, down to the 10-second mark.
Little mid-range jumper, another offensive rebound, and the stick back by Porter.
Now, Amaya Johnson is 6'2", and I believe, what is number 24?
Porter's listed at 6'1".
We gotta box out. We gotta box out. Take it all wide.
But there's a concept about playing bigger, right?
Yes.
And that's what Jemiah Porter is right now.
They're going for everything right now. It's the second half. There is no time.
Offensive foul. Another
Holden?
illegal screen. I think they called it on Johnson.
Lord have mercy.
And you talked about Southern in the keys to the game.
Yep.
And there maybe a chance to run plays correctly.
Correct, yes.
And they have done, especially in the second quarter and now the start of the third.
Right, things have been able to run. They see pop in, pop out, and it works. You know, one thing I have seen is more rebounds. I don't want them to, I'm gonna wait.
Tyler's cross-court pass. Janessa Kelly catch and shoot the
Nice.
3-ball.
First
Her second of the game.
That's why Mike, I said I have to wait, because I don't know what's about to happen right here. The 1-2-2 is great for the Wildcats, but I want them to apply a little bit more pressure. If not, get them a little scared, you know what I mean? Like, is she really coming for the ball? But don't pop out to the point where it's wide open for the Jacks to go in for a quick layup.
They tried to find Porter down low. Another turnover for Southern, and I think that's one thing that Coach Funchess and his coaching crew will really want to work on is turnovers. And the Wildcats have been able to frustrate the Jaguars today.
Yeah, that was one of the keys to the game.
Yeah, forcing 10 Southern turnovers. They average 16.9 per game.
That was one of the biggest things that we talked about that we wanted the Wildcats to do against the Jaguars. Is, you know, they have the least turnovers in the SWAC right now. And the best thing for us to do is make them scared a little bit, you know, force them to make unnecessary passes, turnovers, or even traveling for us to get those points. But when we do get that ball, we need to be able to maximize on having that. We need to be able to do something with it. We can't just give it right back to them. Those are points that are being lost at.
Follow the Cats like never before and listen to every CatEye Network radio broadcast live for free. Just head to bcuathletics.com/radio on your computer or mobile device and hear the hometown radio call of every Wildcat home game and select road games for free. Don't miss a second of the action. That's bcuathletics.com/radio. Well, if you're choosing to follow us tonight instead of following the college football playoff, well, we appreciate you.
Yes, but it's Go U. It's all about the U for tonight, and that's also all about the Wildcats as well.
Miami leading 3-0
Yes.
over Ole Miss. We just got an in-arena update from the PA. Right here, it's Southern 33, Bethune-Cookman 22 at the media timeout here in the third quarter. Eight to 4 in this third quarter, Southern leads it. Those 4 points off of those 2 steals with the easy buckets for Jalea Reed.
Yep.
So the Wildcats called timeout after they got trapped. Now they got to work out of it here. Oh, no, sorry, that was before. This is off a Southern turnover. Gregory trying to get around Reed. She does get around Reed all the way in. And he got the layup.
She drove in, Mike. That's all we needed. We needed just somebody to drive in.
Now the Wildcats will crank up the pressure of their own. 3 to get it across. Southern finally does with Zaria Hurston, who hands off to Kiana Wilson, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida.
And gets the charge. Beautiful. Oh, offensive foul.
Yep. Nice. Charge taken by the Wildcats. But Kiana Wilson into the game for Southern. Probably has some family in the crowd today from Jacksonville.
Not too far.
High school ball at San Jose Prep in Jacksonville. And then started her college career at Florida Southwestern.
Oh, that's my city. Fort Myers, Florida.
We talked about the press break pretty much ad nauseum. It was the subject of
is.
your whiteboard.
I want them to really get to that logo, if anything, and don't stop. You know, as soon as you get it. Gregory has a great job of being able to push that ball, but we need to be able to keep that momentum. We're wasting time. As soon as we get there,
and that'll be a foul as she stops and gets barged into by Hurston.
It's a great run by Gregory as well, too.
Second foul on Hurston. But I see what you mean about driving to the middle instead of using the sideline, because the sideline becomes an extra defender.
It does. It becomes an extra defender. It pressures you to not only give up the ball. If you're smart, you'll bounce it off your opponent. But if not, and it gets too much. Oh.
And there's going to be another foul on a trip as Destiny Dixon trips Kiara Gregory.
Driving to the middle will be able to set you up, you know, calm it down a little bit, get everybody back on offense, run a play that you want to. But if you're just rushing it past, as soon as you get over that line, go straight down the middle.
Halen Peters, 11 first half points, led all scorers at the break. Hasn't gotten a point here in this second half. And another turnover off an inbounds play and an easy layup for Destiny Dixon.
This is not a team where you have to consistently, you know, you have to be intentional with your passes. It can't be a lazy pass. If you're going to pass the ball, let it be a bounce pass or a chest pass.
Dixon up
right
to 11
down the middle.
points.
Hello. Thank you.
Nice layup for Sinai Tyler. Drew the double team. The center came up to the free throw line, and she just turned away from her.
That was a great way to draw that defense away from them for 2 seconds, and that's all you need to be able to go down there.
Driving in is Porter. No good. Offensive rebound and a foul on the board. And that could be the 4th foul on Maya Johnson.
That was really quick 4 fouls as well, too.
It'll be the 3rd foul, on Maya
Okay.
Johnson.
Still got some time.
And it's really the only good height piece they have in terms of stature. Maya Johnson got to be really careful now as the first player in the game with 3 fouls. Off the inbounds pass, here's the Jacksonville native Wilson running the point for the Jags, up 39-26 and well in command here at Moore Gym.
Nice defense by the Wildcats, being able to pull the offense away from them for 2 seconds, but wasn't timely enough.
Good ball movement, attacking the short corners, and a jumper made by Delancey.
Running a 2-2. They just took the Wildcats defense, being able to run that 1-2-2.
I think we have a technical foul being called here.
Oh.
For delay of game, slap the ball out of the hand of the inbounder.
Got to be careful with those. This is not a game that we could be physical. We already know what comes behind it.
That's one of those odd, like administrative almost technicals.
And they're only being called if it's really happening, like it's intentional, if that.
So maybe a chance for Damani Dorsey to get going as she's going to get the technical free throws. Just 1 point in the first half, 0 for 3 from the floor. Southern's done a really good job of corralling her. She had a career second high 22 in the win over Florida A&M last time out. First free throw good.
Nice. free throw percentage for the team has been maintained this game. I haven't seen any missed ones. I will check the stat sheet whenever we get it again.
No, because Dorsey missed one of two. They've only missed 2 free throws in the game. And now we've got another stoppage. Destiny Dixon is going to draw the tech.
Yes. Okay. And that will put her out her 3rd foul today or her 2nd?
I believe it's her 2nd, but we'll see. Wildcat basketball back on Saturday, the women against Grambling State. And this is good practice for the Wildcats against the press, because we know head coach Courtney Simmons and Grambling State are going to bring that press at well.
She loves that press. And that way that when we go back to that drawing board, even if it's for just one day, I would really focus. Defense has been spot on this game. I really don't have any notes on that as well, too. But the biggest thing that I want for the Wildcats to do, even if when they go into practice for the next game, for Saturday's game, is to really focus on how can we break a press. And then when we break the press, what are other options? Can we also make sure that the other opponents are being stressed out upon as well, too? You know, so if we're going to break the press, this is how we're going to do it. Press A, press B, press C. Three chance. If they're going to be blocking us at the middle, who's going to be able to come up from the side? Somebody go up the other side, you know? Those are the teams that we're going to be able to go against these upcoming games. We want to be prepped for all of those.
Okay, so the stoppage was they have a game winner on Saturday with 2 seconds to go.
And a nice assist from Kaylin Peters.
Gregory tries to dive bomb into the paint, fakes the pass, and got her shot rejected by Porter.
Okay, that is completely okay. At least she is making the effort to really draw in, because at that point, if she really wants to, she draws in all those defenders and leaves her team open. A quick pass to one of them, that's an easy field goal right there. Maybe
Gonna throw it all the way to the backcourt for Damani Dorsey. 20 on the shot clock here.
Set something up really quickly.
Tyler looks to hand the ball back to
we gotta
Gregory.
Break that. She needs to.
Gregory with 9 to shoot.
Make it open.
Johnson down low. Tyler.
Nice.
Great hesitation to watch the defender go by and get the easy layup.
I'm really happy how that she was able to stay level-headed as well, too, and know that somebody was going to come and try and block that shot.
Up to 7 points for Sinai Tyler tonight. 11-point lead for the Jags, and the basketball 2:16 to go 3rd quarter.
Right back into that 3-2 defense that we're looking for, but we got to make sure they're running a chaotic X, leaving that other side open.
3 on the way, good. Jalea Reed splashed down from the corner.
Break the press. Keep moving. Stop stopping and keep moving. We know where they're going to be at every single time they're running a man. So wherever you see a man, look for your dependent. Go all the way through. I hope she drives.
Gregory decides to stop. Keep her dribble. Big screen from Johnson. Gregory a 3-2 strong. Johnson battling for the rebound, and she gets it. Tyler.
Nice. Ooh.
Oh, tried to find Dorsey in the corner.
Goodness.
She should have been selfish with that because the paint was wide open.
It was 2 choices. If it was wide open, she should have took it. But that pass needs to be a little bit quicker, especially against Southern.
So a chance for second chance points.
Hands up.
Goes
Wildcats.
by the wayside. Great ball movement down low. Mismatch. But a missed layup and an offensive rebound for Hurston. Ball on the ground. Jump ball, and
it's for Southern.
Yep, Southern is going to get the alternating possession. Going to see a fresh face in the game for the Jags here as Damani Lagway will come in for the first time here in the second half. Lagway, their best three-point shooter by percentage at 38.9%, but averages just 4 points a game.
That means she's probably going to do some driving herself.
Catch and shoot. Another offensive rebound and a stick back by Porter.
Porter has been on fire. I have to give it to her.
14 in the game for Porter. She's now the game's leading scorer.
Take it all the way there, Gregory.
Johnson top of the key.
Ooh, they need to run a triangle. Sine pop up at the top. Damani back on the bottom.
Gregory got tied up. It'll stay with the Wildcats. No, it'll go to the...
Southern. Which I don't agree with. I don't know how, but hey.
Nope. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Okay, great.
There's somebody down at the table whose job is to change the arrow.
Yeah, because I keep looking at it, and I'm like, wait. That was just
And
there,
they
bro.
didn't do it. I was about to say, didn't we just have a jump ball? But remember, this is a Bethune-Cookman team without Jade Parks, without Jordan Brooks, without Alex Johnson, without Shamari Phillips, and without, crucially, Chanel McDonald out for the year with an ACL injury. So
with us having only 10 players right now, and we're down by 16, I could honestly say that I'm happy about this because it could have been a bigger league against the Wildcats from Southern as well, too.
Madison Holden will run the point now. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Dorsey tries to rip by Lagway. Tyler on top, into the corner, Holden. Good close down by Wilson.
She was waiting for it. Reed
And
was
just-
Tate was waiting for it.
And
Sorry.
just 2 seconds to shoot now as Tyler Butler looks like she's going to get set to check back in.
Yep. Really love for Amaya to set a
Got to
hard
get something
pick.
quick here.
A hard
Gregory
pick.
got to shoot it. And she got it blocked, and it's a shot clock violation.
No press being ran, or no, we're back into the 1-2-2.
If you look at the lowest points the Wildcats have scored this year, 36 against UCF is the lowest. They also only had 36 against North Dakota State. Then a couple of games in the 40s.
The UCF game was a fever dream to me. I still feel it.
So the Wildcats need at least 11 points. In the Cats down by 16. 17 offensive rebounds for Southern tonight.
Wow. Over the Wildcats.
Just 6 for the Wildcats. Tyler Butler had one of the best seasons in Coastal Georgia basketball history last year in the NAIA level. Averaged 10 points, 8 rebounds, and was all Sun Conference. Wildcats now running the press.
Some pressure onto that.
Dorsey at the top of it. They break it into the front court. Here's Hurston.
There it is.
And a lane for Edwards. The
there
kick to the corner. The 3 on the way. Good. Great ball movement by the Jags and Jalea Reed, her 3rd triple of the contest.
But let's also realize that they did not stop once past that half-court line. They kept that ball movement moving.
Butler sets the screen for Gregory, who flashes past Reed, back to Tyler. Butler looking for Peters, still scoreless in the second half, Kaylin Peters. And a nice dump-off pass to Tyler Butler.
Especially on Michaela, because Michaela has been on her this entire time. Great defense played by her, but it just wasn't enough for Butler.
First field goal of the night for Tyler Butler. Hasn't played a ton tonight. Mostly it's been Maya Johnson at the 5, but with Johnson having 4 fouls, it'll be Butler's.
Another 3 that's waiting. Baseline. There's exactly what I was talking about, that baseline. Another one.
Nope, that time too strong by Reed, but she ran that baseline.
Yes.
And then played a little 2-woman game in the corner to set up the 3, and there's a reach-in foul on Edwards.
And honestly, that's what I want the Wildcats to run. I've been asking for that since the first half, if they could run the baseline, because the Jaguars are running a 1-4. There is literally right across where that SWAC says is where the Jags was lining up every single time, exposing that backcourt post that could have ensured us to go up for a couple extra points.
Second foul on Edwards. Here's Kaylin Peters. Rejects the
Baseline.
screen from Tyler, gets it back from Tyler, and the handoff back to Peters trying to go around the corner. Nice front defense by Reed.
There we go.
Oh, the pass
Oh,
a
my
little
gosh.
overcooked for Gregory. She was wide open for a layup if that had been in her chest.
Exactly what I was asking for, though. Running the baseline, being able to be up for a free throw line. Run the play again, though. That's all I'm asking.
Wildcats 23 turnovers. Southern 13 turnovers. They've been a lot better in this second half, as Southern has turned the ball over only 3 times in the second half.
Yeah.
Nice drive, creates the space, and an easy mid-range baseline jumper for Porter. She's up to 16.
That's her house. She loves that area as well. She already has that foot set for that. Oh.
And an inbounding violation.
It was a push, but they ain't gonna call it.
So it'll turn it over again for the Wildcats. Turnover number 25 for B-CU. Remember, Wildcats coming into the game averaging 20 turnovers. And a hoop for Hurston. 58-41. The Wildcats showed some flashes early in this fourth quarter, but Southern has laid down the law here in the last 5 minutes and extended to their largest lead of the game.
And
still the aggressive defense comes. The Wildcats can't even get inside the 6-meter line in volleyball.
Honestly, I see how that's how they were able to go against Arizona.
And another bad pass forced by Southern. Turnover number 25 for the Wildcats. Lagway and Wilson come back in for Southern as they're going to start to empty the bench. Here comes Delancey. 2:37 to go, and Southern has done the job pretty much. Wildcats have played this fourth quarter better than any other quarter so far. They're only trailed by 1 in the frame. But
really happy about that.
Surprised the foul wasn't called there. The Wildcats turn it over. Dorsey off the feed from Holden, gets the easy jumper.
And I love that the Wildcats play until it's a 0-0, because anything can happen within 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Stepping in for a long 2 is Reed. Uncharacteristic miss from her. And a foul down the other end of the floor as Holden got taken out by Edwards. That'll be Edwards' 3rd.
Regardless of that.
Correction, Edwards' 4th.
go for Edwards. Literally at this part, go for Edwards. But at this point, though, if somebody has that ball, you need to make sure that you have a teammate that's trailing you. If it's just you, obviously all the defense is going to be, you're going to be able to pull the defense right to where the offense is at. You want to be able to open up. If you need to make that extra pass, make that extra pass. Holden is on the line. I think you said she was 88%. One of the best free throwers on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Best on the team and best in the conference at
Nice.
86.2%, Madison
86.
Holden.
Beautiful.
First one good. Holden, a transfer in this year from Arizona College at the junior college level. First team all-conference there for her. Averaged 14.5 points at the junior college level last year, Madison Holden. Wildcats turn up the pressure again. Deshaunte Edwards walks across the logo and then gets reached in upon by Sinai Tyler. That'll be her first foul.
It was that reaching that did it. She would have been able to really stay up there. She would have lost that, but she got that.
So the Wildcats in the bonus, but have only committed 2 fouls here in this fourth quarter.
Not bad.
58-45 the score. Reed, the top player for Southern in this second half, controls.
Nice turnover.
And then Wilson, unforced error, throws that one out of bounds. It is not 100% confirmed yet, but we do believe that the doctor is in for Saturday. Doc Bradley will get his first appearance of the season for the men's basketball team. So if there's at least tune in for that on Saturday. But you want to tune in for the entirety of the doubleheader.
Absolutely.
With the women against Grambling at 3 and the men against Grambling at 6 p.m. Holden.
Nice.
What a move to split the double team.
We got to finish those,
Butler
Holden.
with the offensive rebound. Stepping in, long two, rattles in. And that's the first point of the second half for Kaylin Peters. She had 11 in the first, now up to 13 for the game.
Nice box, being able to keep everything on the outside. You have 3 defenders on you.
Wildcats back down by 11. Looking for a strong finish here against the Jags. Just inside the free throw line, check back out to Wilson and down low to Reed.
Be careful.
Reed tries to beat her man off the dribble and travels with the ball.
There it goes.
Yes, she dragged that back foot.
Yes, she did. 58 seconds left, 47
The Wildcats can take something away from this fourth quarter, right? Winning at 17-12 right now. If you can get it back to a single-digit game, you can feel good about how you finished this game.
Absolutely, and the best thing is the Wildcats play to his double zeros. A couple threes will really do us well over here, but we don't want to just give all the points away.
Holden calls the play around the screen, driving in, getting the foul called against Delancey. And that's a tough matchup for Holden, who's listed at 5'6" against the 5'11" and really wide-shouldered Olivia Delancey. Trying to go around her.
5'6"?
5'6". A generous 5'6".
Yeah, just very generous. Because I'm 5'6".
So Holden back to the free throw line. Ooh, first one long.
Take your time. All of these points count.
Only her 5th free throw miss of the season, Madison Holden. To make it a 10-point game here with 46 seconds left. It's good.
Call the timeout.
And the Jags will call their final timeout here with 46
Coach is not happy
seconds
for where this is going.
left to go. Yeah, and it wasn't the best performance today.
It wasn't, no,
from
not at
Southern,
all.
right? 58 points. They're right bang on their season average for scoring.
Yeah.
But if you look at their last 2 games, their first 2 conference games, right? 70-55 over Prairie View and 64-45 over Texas Southern.
Yeah.
This will probably be their smallest margin of victory in the SWAC so far. So
technically, that's a win for us as well, too.
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
There we go. Defensively, though, we did play a
Let's
really
do
good
one
game.
more quick SWAC whip around. Florida A&M defeats Grambling State
Wow.
59-55.
Wow.
Of course, the Louisiana schools will swap with the Florida schools to Saturday.
Switcheroo. They're all good. Switcheroo.
Alabama A&M 46, Jackson State 38, approaching the end of the third quarter. They're in a low-scoring contest. Alcorn increasing their lead over Alabama State 46-34 with 3 minutes to go there. Alcorn State is my dark horse pick to maybe make a run of the SWAC title this year. They've been so close the last 2 years under Coach Nate
They
Kilbert.
might just take it.
UAPB with a victory over Prairie View, 53-49, and 65-59.
Oh, they're paying
Texas Southern
hats.
over Mississippi Valley State. Southern just playing keep away, but a travel by Delancey. By my count, the 5th traveling on Southern today. Got to go clean that up in practice.
Yes, they do.
And I never played basketball, but I played plenty of sports growing up.
Right.
And traveling is one of those things. And as the former basketball player on this panel, you maybe can speak to this. Traveling is one of those like technical things that will make you run laps in practice the next day.
3 seconds, traveling, you know, all of those counts. Being able to make sure that their foot is not on the line. Technical points that will have you run suicide.
I don't know how many times I ran laps for handballs in soccer or missed dribbles or anything like that.
I am just happy that I am not at that stage anymore where I have to run. And I could just sit here and talk about the sport I love.
Isn't that better than playing, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing better about playing it at all.
Once again, that score, Texas Southern 65, Mississippi Valley 59. Close game there.
Very close. And I'm really happy at how Mississippi Valley's been turning things around.
But I'm very shocked that Florida A&M gets their first D1 win on the season as they beat Grambling tonight. Tanaija Purifoy, who was great against us last week, led all scorers with 14.
And I'm happy we did win, but I think things would have changed a little bit earlier for us if Jordan was in the game as well, too. That was a great matchup. That would have been a great matchup.
Jordan, of course, eyeing a return on Saturday. Sinai Tyler.
And
one! Correction, that's Kaylin Peters with a tough finish.
Oh, my gosh. Clip this one, too. It's a beautiful finish. She's hooping. She's her.
B-CU on a really nice 9-0 run to close this ball game. And even though they're not going to come out on top, you can definitely take something from this.
You never know, Mike. You never know. And after last game.
Listen, all of those, the people watching that has followed this channel for a long time know that I am Mr. Pessimism, right? Like.
Oh, they're talking about in the chat. It's not as close as it looks.
Remember, we're looking at this from a BCU perspective, as Southern is a team picked to win the conference.
Yes.
Has blown away everybody they've played so
Arizona
far.
Arizona for sure, too.
You got to be happy with where you are and the level of where you've played, especially coming down the stretch of this contest.
Yes, and you also, it was a very smart for the coach Coach Funches to be able to call that timeout, because like the rules we talked about last game, they get the ball automatically on their side coming off from that timeout. And that really just chopped down their chances for them to lose the ball, because if they lost the ball while they were out there, it could have made some things happen. But that was a very smart call called by him.
Coach Funches choosing to advance the ball. 9-0 run for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, and one was missed by Kaylin Peters, but still a team-high 15. Demaya Porter, a game-high 16 on 8 of 15 shooting.
Yeah.
Really solid game for her.
And this is not a bad score. You know, if the game had to be over by this much, I'm actually extremely proud of it. Running a stack inbound play with one person. I know there's going to be a switch at that bottom.
30 seconds to go.
There's the switch. And
they get it into Porter. And they're just going to play keep away, and the Wildcats will foul.
Probably not the smartest thing to do. I would have let that shot clock run out.
Well, the shot clock off, so the Wildcats still not in the bonus, maintaining maybe some chance of pulling off a miracle here at home, just like they did last Saturday. Remember, the Wildcats had a 2% chance to win.
Yes.
According to ESPN Stats and Info, with 8 seconds left before that steal and score on the other end gave the Wildcats the W.
A different meaning of a last chance.
Upcoming schedule for Southern, they'll take on Florida A&M on the 10th, and then Grambling State on the 17th. That's the end their 3-game road trip, and now the Wildcats will put the Jags on the line. Jalea Reed will go to the stripe with 22 seconds left. And then a homestand against Mississippi Valley and Arkansas Pine Bluff. The Wildcats play the exact same schedule, just in reverse.
Yeah.
They'll get Grambling State at home on Saturday, then Arkansas Pine Bluff and Mississippi Valley State on the road next weekend. And watch out for those Arkansas Pine Bluff Lady Lions getting the win tonight.
And also Mississippi Valley, that's going to be a really good game to watch. And
took down Alabama A&M earlier on this year, playing Texas Southern really tough right now. And really, if you look at the league as a whole, it's kind of open season for those playoff spots behind Southern. I think Southern is far and away the best team in the league right now on paper. But behind them, it's kind of a car crash. I mean, you kind of expect Jackson State to be up there, but they haven't started very well. Alabama A&M hasn't started very well. Texas Southern and Prairie View have both had rocky starts. So if you're the Wildcats, you got to be looking at this upcoming schedule going, this is a chance for us to get a good position.
Absolutely, and this is not, you know, from where we came from preseason and where we are right now, you know, we want to be able to establish ourselves in a great place, like you said, coming into conference and see how these different teams play, because we're going to have to see them again come playoffs, you know. So how can we establish ourselves? How can we be able to move and put our best foot forward defensively wise and offensive wise?
These two teams will see each other again, the second to last game of the season, the 28th of February in Baton Rouge. That'll be right before the Wildcats head to Tallahassee to take on FAMU, last game of the year. We'll be there.
Yes, very excited.
The Wildcats down by 10, last possession of the game potentially. Nice move by KP, but missed the runner. Southern grabs the board. The Wildcats will press and will foul.
Wildcats foul.
So now we send Porter to the line. Only her second free throw attempts on the day. Was 0 for 2 in the first 30 seconds of the contest and has not been back to the free throw line since. Gets the first one.
Right.
Porter, a 70% free throw shooter.
Had a great game.
Yeah, 16, now 17 really points. Game. 1 rebound shy of a double-double.
Yes.
Misses the second free throw, 12 seconds left.
Need a three-pointer here.
Gregory will launch it and miss it. Tyler with the offensive rebound, and she misses the floater at the end of the game. Now the Wildcats couldn't quite cut it to single digits. They'll fall by 11 here tonight. 61-50, your final score. But the Wildcats do outscore Southern in the fourth quarter, 20-15. Yep. And as we've been saying right along here at the end, you can kind of be happy about how you finished.
Yes.
The middle of the game kind of got away from you with Southern forcing all those turnovers. And of course, second chance points. I'm going to go right there to start my post-game recap. Second chance points, 19 second chance points off 17 offensive rebounds for Southern, and that's the difference in the game right there.
Yes, it is, and I'm really happy of how the Wildcats did start too. You know, I want to go ahead and make sure that Wildcats were able to hold them down defensive wise, you know, and also play the game that they played. That first half, if they were able to Wildcats to that same energy that they did have in the beginning, I fear that this probably would have been a different story. But obviously, the Jaguars are able to come up top. Great game by the Wildcats, great by the Southern.
Here are your scoring totals. First for Southern, Porter with a ridiculous game. 17 points on 8 of 15 shooting. 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Also, excuse me, also 6 steals and a block for Porter. Reed had 15. 3 of 5 from beyond the arc as well. Dixon, a perfect shooting night, 4 for 4. She goes for 11 points. Hurston with 5, Cunningham with 5, Delancey and Tate both with 4. And excuse me, it's been a long week.
Yes.
For Bethune-Cookman, Kaylin Peters had 11 of her 15 points in the first half, cooled off mightily until the end of the fourth quarter. But 6 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 from downtown, 6 rebounds. Can't really be mad about it, that performance tonight. But no other Wildcat in double figures. Dorsey was 7, just 1 of 5 from the floor. Picked it up from the free throw line, went 5 of 6. Tyler was 7, Holden was 7, Gregory with 5, Kelly with 5, and Butler with 4. Here are your team stats. Southern out-rebounded BCU 36-31, 17-9 on the offensive glass. I already mentioned the 19 second-chance points for the Jaguars. BCU was 7 second-chance points. Southern 12 assists, Bethune-Cookman 11 assists. BCU 26 turnovers. What did we say coming into the game? What was your key to the game?
Our keys to the game is force turnovers against Southern, but be able to maximize on defense.
Well, you forced the turnovers,
yes.
but you also turned the ball over
Exactly.
26 times. They did force 17 Southern turnovers over Southern's season average, so they did do well in that front,
yes.
but you can't turn the ball over 26 times. They expect to be successful. 20 points on the fast break for Southern, 14 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats did have 5 blocks in this game to Southern's 1. Points off turnovers, 30 for Southern. 30 points off turnovers, and a lot of it came from that pressure at the top of the key and the turnovers on either stripping the ball away or jumping the passing lanes.
Correct. And that box defense as well, too, that I was really hoping that Wildcats were able to go over on that baseline. This is something that I'm hoping that they're able to move forward and maneuver.
That'll do it for this edition of B-CU Athletics on the CatEye Network. Once again, your final score, Southern 61, Bethune-Cookman 50. We'll be back on Saturday for a doubleheader. That'll be visuals for HBCU Go. We'll be right here on the CatEye Network doing the radio broadcast.
Yes.
So do not miss it. We'll be back on Saturday and Monday as the men's team takes on Grambling and Southern and the women take on Grambling. We'll see you then. For producer Lee and our entire CatEye Network student broadcast crew, from Moore Gymnasium, Sabrina Petit home alongside me, Michael Toretto. We're saying so long, and we'll see you in 48 hours on Saturday.
Sir. Bye-bye.